I want to give it a little.
Do it. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Woo!
Heart is racing.
Well, we were having an afternoon lull. We're not anymore.
Today we're playing another round of Can It Beat the Tesla Model Y?
Say that again, Clint, because as y'all know, we have put just about every EV up to the test of this Tessie right here.
Today we add another one to the list. This is the 2023 Lexus RZ. We're gonna see how it stacks up.
We're gonna talk about driving experience, range, charging, and so much more, but also give some tidbits of our favorite things. Kind of like that song, you know? Da, 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 da,
Is that Sound of Music? Sound of Music reference, really? You know I hate that movie.
Come on, listen, you obviously mentioned it, so you have some sort of affinity for it, right?
You'll never know. But before we get into all of that, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you're looking to sell your used car, head over to edmunds.com/sellmycar for an instant cash offer. So I have to be honest, I've been super curious about the RZ since they first told us about it, but not really for the traditional reasons that I'm excited about a new EV.
Well, I want you to enlighten us, Clint. But before you do, I have to say for me personally, knowing that this is a Lexus and it's their first stab at an EV, I'm personally intrigued.
I think that's actually a lot of the curiosity I have. As a new electric product, this really has its work cut out for it. As a luxury car, on the other hand, it's kind of great.
So then, with all that said, two questions come to mind, right? One, this car is what, it's $64,000 or so. How does it actually measure up and live up to that price? Is it worth it? And with it up against something like the best-selling electric SUV, the Model Y, how does it measure up there? Those are my two curiosities.
Those are two very valid questions. Before we get into that, can we talk about the obvious thing right here, the way the RZ looks?
Look, Clint, I know this is like your jam.
I've been really excited about this part.
Go for it, go for it.
So, okay, let's start with the paint. This is the wildest way you can spec this car. There's plenty of different single tone options, but this is bi-tone. That's light blue over dark. You can make it look a lot more calm if you get silver or gray. We can't talk about a Lexus and not talk about the spindle grille, but guess what? This is an EV, so it doesn't have a spindle grille anymore. It has the spindle body. They integrate it right into the bodywork. Again, because it's black, it sticks out and looks just so much more strange to me, but you know, it might be somebody's cup of tea.
Maybe. But Clint, the weird thing for me on the exterior is the charging door. They could have definitely integrated it better. Like the Model Y has it kind of tucked into the taillight so it doesn't stick out as much.
This is a lot of lines going on here that kind of takes away from these otherwise really pretty body lines. Can I show you, at the risk of making a terrible Sound of Music pun, my favorite thing?
He said it. Y'all heard him.
This is
his favorite thing.
Ask me about these.
Okay, Clint. Tell me about those.
These are called cat ears. I don't think you're gonna find that as official language on the Lexus website, but an engineer that worked on this car told me that unofficially they called them cat ears, and instead of doing a full-length wing on the back of the car, they put these here and it forces air down the middle of the car and gives you better downforce. Doesn't matter because you get a car with cat ears. That's a lot of thoughts in a row. I think I need another coffee.
Well, instead of coffee, how about we give this thing a drive? And I've got the keys in my pocket, so let's do this.
Let's go. So the RZ is only available in a few trim levels, and this one is the luxury. Top of the line, almost every option you can have on this car, this one has. And you, Lauren, are one of the first people in the world to experience it. What do you think?
You know, that's a lot of pressure. You know, I'm not gonna lie, but it's an honor at the same time, and it feels good. And first, what I have to talk about is the look and feel of this.
Definitely.
I mean, like, round of applause, Lexus, but it's also what I would expect from a Lexus, right? It's the intention of the stitching, the way I feel comforted in the seats. Like, it feels like I want to take a nap. I'm not going to take a nap at the wheel, right? Usually when I'm driving cars, the steering wheel is usually dry on my hands. This one feels so soft, like I feel like I can drive short term or long term and I'm gonna be all right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This interior is a lot like the RX and the NX, which is to say really good. The cool thing is, because this is the RZ, their first EV, they took a few chances with some new stuff. When you activate the heated seats, this car also has heated panels. It's like a little space heater in your apartment, but it's right underneath your legs. You get one on the driver's side, I have one on the passenger side, and it's just an extra source of heating in addition to the vents, keeps things nice and cozy quicker. In addition to that, what do you think of this? You hit this little button and you can change the panorama roof from opaque to block out some of the sunlight, or you can experience your bright sunny day.
And I like that compared to the Tesla, because you get in on a hot summer day in California, you get into your Tesla and you sit down in your seat and oh my God.
There's no shade for this. I kind of wish there was, but at least you have this button to block out some sunlight. We need to experience it in the summertime to see how well it really does, I guess.
And the heat is great because it's also been cold in California, so we need that good heat. But you know what I want to do? I want to get this on the road.
I was going to guess you're going to say drive.
Yes,
let's
start driving this. Clint, do you hear that?
Is this another Sound of Music thing? I swear.
It's one of my favorite things. So kind of. It's quiet.
It is. You're right. It's so
I mean, we talk a lot, right? So we're making noise, but
in a car where you don't have an engine to kind of iron out some of those other sounds, to have it be this quiet and calm is actually well done.
Yeah, luxury is what just keeps banging me over the head. It's a luxury experience.
Sometimes luxury means quiet.
Does it?
Yeah.
Not my kind of luxury. I'm flashy luxury.
Flashy luxury.
All right, Clint, so right off the bat here, I am really enjoying the ride quality of this RZ.
So good.
It is really impressive. Just the simple fact of I'm going over bumps and humps and all the things.
Everything that LA can throw at you.
And LA throws a lot. And really, it's taking it like a champ. And I have not had that same experience in the Model Y. As far as steering goes, it's perfectly appropriate for a luxury SUV. There's a nice balance of ease and weight. The handling is a bit softer than most EVs, especially the Model Y, which is definitely sportier, even the long range. This really mutes the nuances on the road. What I am noticing that's not my favorite is the acceleration. It lags a little bit for me, and personally, I prefer that instantaneous response to the throttle that the Model Y has.
Right.
Surprisingly though, on a 0 to 60, they both have the same number.
You're totally right. The last Tesla Model Y long range that we tested, 4.8 seconds to 60. The Lexus RZ, we just ran this today, 4.8 seconds to 60. So the Lexus is a little bit more relaxed in its acceleration. On paper, they're the same.
I want to give it a little.
Do it. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Woo! Okay, that's always fun, right?
Heart is racing.
Well, we were having an afternoon lull. We're not anymore. I've said a few of my favorite things, but Clint, you have something you don't like.
Let me be the bearer of bad news with my least favorite things. I'm a person who likes one pedal driving in an EV. I like being able to take your foot off of the accelerator and have it slow down on its own. The Model Y does that almost perfectly. It wrote the book on one pedal driving. This car doesn't give you the option. It won't go all the way to 0 just by using the one pedal. That for me is a big miss. I think you should give customers the choice.
So another figure on paper that we cannot not talk about, right?
I know where you're going with this one. Yeah.
Range.
It's a big one with the RZ, so this is not a good number that jumps off the page. The EPA rates this car at 196 miles of range. We did our own Edmunds real world testing loop, and it did 204 miles. So a little bit better than what the EPA says, but when you look at that figure and this segment of vehicles, that is pretty much darn near the bottom. It's disappointing. The RZ's battery is only slightly smaller than the Tesla's, but more importantly, it can't charge as quickly. It maxes out at 150 kilowatts compared to the Tesla's 250. That's disappointingly slow for a brand new EV. With that point, it really feels like Lexus is really trying to target their traditional audience instead of the, EV audience, right? And by that you mean people who like to golf. Yes, the golfers of the world. Nothing wrong with a little golf. All right, Clint, this is your time to take the reins. You've got the driver's seat. And just so you all know, we have been driving the Model Y performance trim for a while. This is now the new 2023 long range, and some things are going to be different in here. Yeah, most of our experience has been in that Model Y performance, but this car is a better apples to apples comparison with the RZ, and that is why we're sitting in it. Just
to pick it up where we left off, the interior, man, it's disappointing coming out of the Lexus where I actually felt like I was in luxury. And I love a good luxury. I love to
love some luxury.
I love to treat myself. And I don't feel, this is just very basic to me.
This feels, getting right into it, it feels like a dentist's office. I feel like I'm gonna lean back and you're gonna take out my cavities. Like everything is just a boring color and sort of, it's just very plain at this point.
I don't know about the dentist's office. That usually scares me. I don't like to go to the dentist, but I agree with you. As far as styling goes, you would think Tesla would kind of give it a little bit more of an upgrade.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Same old Model Y. We're used to this interior at this point.
Well, let's get going here. Let's go. A deer.
No.
Female deer.
I thought we were done. We're still going?
We're never done. Clint, all right, how are you feeling?
This is the most comfortable Model Y I've ever driven. I really mean that too. It's a big difference.
That's actually a really huge statement to say, and likely why you're feeling that comfort. The long range has softer suspension,
Yes.
so that's likely why you're feeling that comfort.
Because we've driven our Model Y Performance so much, I won't talk about that car too much, but it's rolling on 20s and that thing is stiff. It makes you feel it. This is a much better situation, but it's not as comfortable as the RZ. It's just not. It's good, but it's not there.
But, my friend, is it quick?
I knew you were gonna ask.
I want you to hit on that throttle.
You always want it. Here we go, woo! The thing is, this is a Tesla with 2 motors. It's going to be quick no matter what. Even though this is a long range, it has plenty for what you need in an everyday scenario, and it's fun too.
You know, it really brings me to the point of not only is the driving experience fun in the Model Y, but also it's got the range. About 100 miles or so more than the RZ. To me, that's a super huge factor because battery anxiety and range anxiety is real.
Yeah.
Just like regular anxiety, I'm not gonna lie. And this helps take care of that because you can go the distance. The last long-range Tesla we tested on our loop did 317 miles, which was close to the EPA's estimate. And this one is actually on smaller wheels, so it could go even further.
It's a real difference between these 2 cars, the RZ and the Model Y, that not everybody's gonna be able to overlook.
Another thing, Clint, that reduces anxiety is charging.
Definitely.
And so one of the reasons to buy a Tesla is because of its supercharging network, right?
It's the best there is right now, no doubt about it.
And yes, they're going to be opening up that network soon, but right now it's limited. Really, it is about the reliability and consistency.
Accessibility,
And
yeah.
accessibility. Reliability, accessibility, and consistency of charging. All of those things combined, I'd say unless you have reliable charging at your home, the Model Y is just the way to go.
You got it. But there's one category where the Lexus actually has quite a bit that's new with it. Let's talk tech. Here is what's up in the tech department with the RZ. Lexus Interface. It's their new touchscreen infotainment. It's much better than Lexus's of old. 14-inch screen right here with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We have a really cool digital gauge cluster in front of the steering wheel. This car is, I guess, its first cousin. The Toyota BZ4X has a gauge cluster. You can't see it all. This is so much better. This one also has a head-up display.
Clint, you had me at Apple CarPlay and Android
That's your
Auto.
thing, for sure.
That's literally, this is why when I said I'm picky, this is particularly why. I love the ease and convenience of just boop, popping in, plugging in my phone and going.
Yep.
And it's also something that the Model Y does not have, which drives me insane. I really hate that it doesn't have it. So Apple CarPlay, love it. Also what I love buttons.
Buttons and knobs and everything.
This RZ has actual physical buttons you can touch. You can turn up your heat, you can control your volume, and that is something that the Model Y truly lacks.
Totally.
It's very distracting when you're driving, when everything is in that center
Middle
screen.
of the car, you're not looking forward most of the time. Yeah.
Exactly. This at least gives you an option to just normally turn your heat up or down, which I like. Now, what I'm not crazy about, this vehicle beeps so much. It's literally talking all the time. You reverse, it's beep, beep. I'm like, what is this, a semi? Now, of course, safety is a huge deal in a family SUV, so the expected safety features are here. But what's unique is this can actually stop itself if it thinks you've become unresponsive. Weirdly, you can't get Teammate, Lexus's hands-free driving assist. Tesla's systems are more advanced. It's just a lot when you're trying to drive.
It's very easy to get this car to talk with you, and you don't really want to have a conversation with it all the time.
No, read the room, RZ. Read the room.
We want it quieted.
We want it quiet. Clint, this is a family vehicle, and the space in the back reflects that pretty well, similar to other models like the RX.
The back seat, pretty good. The side of this car is lower, so people taller than me, taller of you, there are many of them in the world, might bonk their head on the way in, but once you're actually sat down, a good amount of headroom and a good amount of legroom. I like it back there.
Actually, Clint, I have tall people energy.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So you won't bonk your head, but I will.
Energy-wise, I will, but physically, no, I will not. So that covers the space for your people, but what about space for your things? I got a lot of things.
Space for your stuff. You're covered pretty well in the cargo space back there with the RZ, but it does not have a front, so no additional space to put things. It's something we like with EVs.
Which is significantly different from the Model Y. You've got
right.
the frunk and the cargo space in the back. That's 76 cubic feet of space for all the things that you can put.
Tesla's kind of got that game unlocked, to be honest. That thing is like a U-Haul if you stuff it enough.
It is, and one of the things I really love that we miss out here in the RZ is the center console. I can put my purse, which for me is super convenient to just put it in the center console and have it there. Now, I don't really have space for that. I'm gonna put it on you, really.
Oh, thank you. I'd love to carry it. Yeah,
thank you. Use my purse carrier. All right, Clint, look, it's been a long week with this RZ. What's the takeaway message? What have we learned?
This is pretty much where we're at. The Lexus RZ is perfect for one particular person. That's somebody who's probably already familiar with the Lexus brand and they just want a nice luxury car. This learning curve is almost non-existent. If you're familiar with any other Lexus, it's gonna be easy to get into. One other important thing to add, you probably wanna have charging at your home because you're gonna be using it.
That is such a good point. And I think it's safe to say for everyone else, we'd say go for the Model Y. It's cheaper, has longer range, and a better charging network, which makes it a better EV for more people.
You're right, pretty much done here. For more information on the 2023 Lexus RZ, head over to Edmunds.
Wait.
What?
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on
It meows.
kittens.
It meows.
It does.
I'm gonna walk away now.
No.
I'm gonna walk away
But
now.
just
Oh my God.
one more line.
It's still talking. I'm done here.
Whiskers on kittens.